Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you really gorgeous, fairly popular fragrances that are really affordable. Eee! I'm so excited. So I've got, I don't know, there's like 12 or so here that I want to share with you. So I want to get started right away. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Just hit that button. Join the weird, wonderful family. I would love to have you part of the community. And without further ado, let's get into this. I wanted to pick fragrances that I thought were beautiful quality fragrances that are really affordable. So nothing here is over $55 Canadian, which would be like under 50 for the US for sure. So really great prices on all of these. The sites that I'm looking at were fragrancebuy.ca, which is a Canadian company that ships to US, and fragrancenet.com, which is a US company that ships to Canada. Now the fragrancenet.com prices that I'm going to put, they're considering their 35% off coupon. So if you just Google fragrancenet.com 35% off coupon, you're going to find one. The qualifier on this is that fragrance prices fluctuate. So some of these I got way cheaper or way more expensive than what they are currently. So keep that in mind and always just keep your eye out for good deals. So let's get started. The first one I want to share with you is absolutely luxurious and gorgeous, and it is Fifth Avenue Royale. Now this smells so bougie. It smells expensive. It's got raspberry and liquor in it. It's got a bit of suede in it, so it smells a little bit deep. This one is just stunning. Now, as is with all of Elizabeth Arden fragrances, they tend to be affordable, but the longevity isn't great. So you're going to get about 4 hours out of this one. But seriously, it smells like a liquored up raspberry dessert with a little bit of suede thrown in. I love this one. I think it's sexy. I think it's got that kind of intoxicating, boozy vibe. It's kind of in the same genre as a Noir Parfum by Tom Ford, but at a fraction of the cost. This one currently is $25 for 125 mils. 125 mils. Oh, and I rounded up or down because I don't think you care about the cents. So 25 bucks. Amazing. Now another fragrance that I think is a fantastic fragrance for the summer is Trois L'Impératrice by Dolce & Gabbana. This one is a watermelon rhubarb fragrance, and it's quite musky. So to me, it comes across as a little bit of tartness, a lot of bit of watermelon. It's quite watery, so it smells like fruits that have been kind of soaked in water, I guess. Or like some sort of like a tea that's sweeter. It's really, really pretty. And then it's got this musk component. Now this one, longevity, you're gonna get, I get decent longevity on this one, so about 5 hours. But it's just really refreshing. As you can see, I've used quite a lot. Really refreshing for the summer, and especially when it's super duper hot out, this is just really pretty and easy. This is $45 and all the prices are Canadian. This one's $45 for 100 mils. One of my favorite fragrances, seriously, it's in my top 10, and it's a celebrity fragrance, SOFIA by Sofia Vergara. I love this one. This has cassis in the opening. It's happy, it's juicy, it's flirty, but it's also classy and feminine. I find this is an amazing fragrance. The longevity is 6+ hours, great projection, great sillage. You're gonna smell classy and feminine, but just a little bit more youthful than something like Coco Mademoiselle. So this kind of has similar vibes as far as the emotion it kind of evokes, except this is cheerier. By far, this one's cheerier. So even though this is a celebrity fragrance, I don't even like to categorize it as that, because a lot of times we go, oh, it's really nice for a celebrity fragrance. This one is just really nice. I love this one. It's one of my favorite ones, and I've been told by so many different girls that have picked it up how much they love it. So it's definitely worth checking out. And this one is $27 for 100 mils. Now, Sofia's kind of sexier sister is Love. Now this one is more kind of along the same lines, is a La Nuit Trésor You know, it has, this one actually has passion fruit, but to me it comes across as something with blackberry, black currant, a little bit chocolatey. This one has coffee in it. It gives me that smoky vibe that's similar to something like a Black Opium or a La Nuit Trésor, that kind of feel to it. The fruit component in it, although it's passion fruit, I think it comes across more like a blackberry in kind of a chocolatey kind of whatever. So this one's a little bit sexy. I actually like wearing this one to bed. The longevity isn't quite as great, like it's about 4 or 5 hours max. This one is $36 for 100 mils. So basically this is your daytime version, this is your nighttime version, and you are gonna just smell like $1 million bucks, seriously. Now, another really gorgeous fragrance that I think is underrated, but also not for everyone, is LALIQUE's Amethyst. Now this fragrance, the notes are deceiving, although this one has tons of fruit notes. This one smells like realistic berries that you've been picking. They're not overly ripe, and you're getting kind of the stems and the greenness in them, in with the berries, and you're walking through a forest kind of. That's what this comes across as. So it's kind of green berries. There is bourbon vanilla in it. I don't really get that. It smells a little bit like you take all those berries with the stems and the leaves and you muddle it all down and then fill it up with some water. That's kind of the feel that I get with this one. Longevity, again, 4 or 5 hours on this one. This to me smells like, as soon as I smell this, I just think of being an elf in my kingdom, my forest kingdom, and I'm walking with a basket, like a big basket over my arms, almost like a Red Riding Hood type idea, but my cloak that I have on is this gorgeous purple color. So I'm going along and I'm walking barefoot with some sort of white dress. You know, I gotta be honest, the reason why I always wear white in my dreams is like, I can't really wear it in real life because I spill all the time. Like if I wear white, I'm gonna get ketchup on my shirt. Like it's just inevitable. So I don't wear white a lot in real life. Dreams. I wear white all the time. So it's this long, kind of like what Galadriel was wearing in The Lord of the Rings, and she's walking, but she's got this, well, it's me, I'm the elf. So walking with this purple kind of cloak, but you're walking through the forest on a bed of moss, and there's green moss kind of all over the trees, and you're picking berries, but the wood and the green, and you're going in for a sniff, and you just smell all that whatever. That's totally the vibe that this gives me. Definitely not a safe blind buy. Lots of people don't like this, but lots of people do too. LALIQUE's Amethyst is $37 Canadian for 100 mils. Next fragrances that I want to share with you that are really decent priced are these two La Petite Robe Noire fragrances that I have. I really enjoy that line. It's kind of a delicate cherry, primarily. I don't like them so much to just smell them on the cap, but when I wear them, the sillage is amazing. The longevity is really fantastic. So I've fallen in love with these. So the first one is Black Perfecto by La Petite Robe Noire. These are Guerlain fragrances. Now this is got that same La Petite Robe Noire DNA with the cherry, except this has some suede in it. So they've kind of smoked it up a bit and made it a little bit more sexy. I think that it smells really, really similar to the original, personally, but there is that suede component that's nice. I don't think this is so sultry that you can't wear it during the day. I've definitely worn it during the day and really enjoyed it. Longevity is excellent on this one. This one is $37 Canadian for 50 mils, so a little more money. But if you're wanting a pretty fragrance that's a little bit whatever, a little bit more popular, you know, it's a little bit more money, but it's still not going to break the bank, right? So this one is definitely enjoyable. And check out the Le Petite Robe Noire collection on FragranceNet, especially because they've got lots of different ones that you can choose from. So it's just a matter matter of looking to find one that's in your budget. The other one that I really love, this one's even more expensive though, is the La Petite Robe Noire Hippie Chic or Légère. Has both names on it at different times. This one has kind of the lacy looking dress with no sleeves and kind of chokered around the neck. This one's $32 for 30 mils, so way more money. But I love this one. This one is a little bit of a departure. You still get the same DNA as the original, but less cherry and more raspberry. I'm so impressed with the longevity of this one. I put it on when I went to bed and I woke up the next morning and it was still on. So this one has phenomenal longevity, and it's a really, really pretty kind of flirty feminine fragrance. I can't wait to wear this more in the spring. Love it. Now, this is one of my most expensive fragrances that I'm going to share, and it's Elisable Parfum Royal. The 50 ml is $51 Canadian, which to me is phenomenal. As you guys know, this is again one of my favorite fragrances. So many of these, like this one, it's a favorite. This one is fast becoming a favorite. This one, favorite. So all these fragrances are ones that I wear on a daily basis, but they don't cost a fortune. So this one, 51 bucks for a 50 ml of this, and I just love it. Orange, rose, sexy. You know my whole scenario with this one. You're a queen. You're a queen when you wear this. Seriously. It's rose, it's orange, like jamminess in here. With a little bit of spice. It's super sexy, it's powerful, potent. This thing lasts forever, and it's 51 bucks. Pretty good. Now, the most affordable fragrances that I have on this list are from the company Larive. Now, this is the only dupe house that I'm mentioning because frankly, dupes tend to be a little bit more pricey anyway. So I wanted to bring you kind of more popular fragrances rather than so many dupes. But these dupes, they're too awesome not to share. And the first one is Larive Taste of Kiss. This is their inspired version of La Nuit Trésor by Lancôme. And this one is Fleur de Femme, and that's the inspiration version for Poison Girl. Both of these are phenomenal fragrances. Taste of Kiss, it's not exactly like La Nuit Trésor. This one, it's more like La Nuit Trésor definitely than this one. You definitely get kind of a curranty blackberry feel in this one, but it's definitely a lot more smoky, chocolatey in this one. This one isn't as smoky though as the original, but it's so beautiful. And then the Poison Girl dupe, Fleur de Femme. This one's just phenomenal. The longevity on these are about like 5 hours max, but this one is that kind of intoxicating almond, orange, cherry. To me, it smells a little bit like a sangria with almond in it. Super sexy, great for date nights. Both of these are great for date nights. And for an 89 ml bottle, I'm not sure why the size is 89 mils. I just think that's weird. 11 bucks. $11. Like, these are fantastic. And they're so sexy and awesome. So $11 for these. I can't even believe it. Like, how do they even make it for that? Another one of my absolute favorite fragrances is Elisabe's Girl of Now Shine. So this is the version, it's got the nutty kind of pistachio almond in it. Every time I smell this, it feels like I'm getting hugged in deliciousness, warmth. Like this wonderful, like, she's a wonderful woman. She's really beautiful, kind of looks really natural. She wears a beautiful crisp white shirt with jeans, and she kind of rolls the jeans up and kind of goes barefoot. And she's got a terracotta floor, which is a little horrifying because her feet are probably freezing. But she's always like cooking, and if you come to her house, like, she always wants to have you over to the house, and you walk into her house and she instantly gives you this big warm hug. That's the feeling that Girl of Now Shine gives me. It's so beautiful. This has this gorgeous pineapple note that kind of brightens up the nuts, so it doesn't feel just sticky. There's this delicious, juicy, kind of more of a cooked pineapple in this one. I think that this one is so beautiful. You can wear this most months. I probably wouldn't wear this in the summer. Like, well, I definitely wouldn't wear this in the summer. I find it to be a bit too much. On Fragrance Buy right now, this one's 50 bucks. So such a good price, and I love this. And that's for 50 mils. Now, another fragrance that is less talked about, but I think is absolutely stunning, is Elizabeth & James Nirvana Rose. This is probably my favorite Elizabeth & James one. It smells like rose wine. Like, it's a heavy rose. There's rose geranium and vetiver in this one, but somehow it smells like red wine and roses to me. This one is kind of like, it's deep, it's sophisticated, smells a little bit more niche, if you ask me. Longevity is okay, like you're gonna get maybe 5 hours. This one sits a little closer to the skin, but I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad that I have this in my collection, and it's $40 for 50 mils. Now, one that I wasn't sure I wanted to include but decided to include is Always Red Femme. Now, apparently Always Red is another great option. They smell similar to the C line. This one, it's got black currant in it. It just smells delicate. Like, it's a delicate fragrance. It's very sweet. Longevity isn't great, like 3 hours out of this one. Apparently the Always Red, just the Always Red, smells even more like C, but to me they smell a lot like the Armani C line. Like, this one smells like C to me as well, but I actually prefer this over C. I'm just not crazy about C. So I don't want to spend tons of money, but every once in a while I want to smell that. So this is a great option if you enjoy those perfumes but don't want to spend that amount of money. This one is $25 for 100 mils. So really great price. And like I said, longevity is not great, but you can respray and you get that similar profile. I'm not saying it's an exact dupe, but it's that similar profile to C, just kind of a sweet. There's a slight powder to this one. It's very feminine. It's very kind of relaxed. A little bit sexy because of the sweetness. So definitely this is worth checking out. And the last one is the most expensive one that I have to share with you. It's Angel EDT by Mugler. The EDP I found for similar, so it just depends. These tend to go on sale quite often. So this one right now is $55 for 50 mils. This is, it's got chocolate and hazelnut, but there's also, I believe there's passion fruit or guava in this one. I can never remember. So a little bit of a tropical juicy vibe, but then paired with some chocolate sweetness. This one is super uplifting. It's a little bit like, it's got quite a lot of kind of a patchouli-esque-ness in this one because of the Aki Gala wood. But I really enjoy wearing this one. It's great if you want something uplifting, but still a little bit sweet and sensual. And this one lasts a long time. Like, this one lasts about 8 hours. The EDP lasts like close to 12. So love these fragrances. It's a little bit more pricey, but it's still pretty affordable. And that is my list. Now, like I said, prices fluctuate, so don't quote me on those prices, but that's what it is currently. Tell me what your favorite affordable fragrance is. I would say my top 5 right now out of this list would be La Petite Robe Noire Légère, Girl of Now Forever Shine, Elisab Royale, Sophia, and then honestly I can't pick. I can't pick because they're all really fantastic. But those are my top 4. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.